Hey look, I'm a robot.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. Today I'll be reviewing Freak of Nature by Julia Crane. This book is about a girl named Caitlin who died, but she was brought back as sort of a part robot by a research science organization facility called IFIX. And that's not an acronym, it's just sci-fi spelled backwards. Yup. Anyway, IFIX is headed by this guy named Harrington, who's mostly responsible for bringing Caitlin back to life and making her part robot and giving her superhuman abilities because of being part robot. But IFIX also has other workers in charge of, facilitating and upgrading Caitlin, most notably being this guy Lucas, who she develops a crush on, and he also develops a crush on her. And through that, she finds out, and he finds out, that she still has some human emotions, which means that something went wrong because she wasn't supposed to have any emotions, so that she could be sold to the military as an emotionless super soldier. That's the main reason they've been creating and testing on her. And that's the big conflict of this book. This book was free on the Kindle store, and otherwise I probably wouldn't have read it. And let me just say that through a lot of this book, I could tell why it was free. This book is completely riddled with really groan-worthy cliches. Of course, Lucas is the one who's working on her the most, and of course he develops a crush on her, and of course she has a crush on him, and of course he gets more physical description than she does, even though she probably has the more interesting body, being part robot and all, and of course they find out that she has emotions when they kiss, and of course the science of the world is only explained at a very basic level so that stuff can be implemented and made up as we go on. You get what I'm saying here. Also, there's some things about this world that just don't make sense and probably wouldn't happen if this robot-human hybrid was created in the real world. This guy Harrington, he brought someone back from the dead. That's a pretty big scientific breakthrough. And he's just selling her to the military to be a soldier. If the military's looking for an emotionless super soldier, couldn't they have just made a full-on robot? I feel like if they had the ability to make a human-robot hybrid, they could just make, a robot. Considering even in the real world today, drones exist, it doesn't seem like that big of an advancement. And you could say it's like a comment on how every science and technology that gets built today is usually used either as a weapon or to make someone rich. But still, I feel like Harrington could still get rich and famous off of just bringing back someone from the dead without making them a weapon. You would absolutely win a Nobel Prize, you would absolutely change the world, and you would very easily become rich. As for the military, like I said, drones exist. They could hire Harrington to just build straight-up robots. I don't get why it needs to be part human. It really doesn't add up. And while the named characters in this book all are pretty believable, all of the unnamed characters are not believable at all. It's like they're only there because it wouldn't make sense for them not to be. I have read more believable dialogue from really minor NPCs in video games. Another minor thing I have to say about this book is that it doesn't really know what its target audience is. For the most part, it reads like a young adult book. But there are a couple times, and one time in particular that I'm thinking of, where the content just spikes in maturity, and it probably does cross the line from being a young adult book to being just an adult book. And as someone who technically is an adult but also enjoys young adult fiction, I don't mind that at all, but it makes me wonder who Julia Crane thinks her audience is. In addition to the fact that the central premise is pretty interesting, Julia Crane also really has a talent for raising the stakes. There are times when the characters are in such a high level of danger and the choices they have to make are really difficult, and it's just really good suspense. And the way these parts are written and presented is pretty unique, honestly. Does that redeem the book as a whole? Well, no, because while these parts really kept me in suspense effectively, they're broken up by all the groan-worthy stuff. And books like The Hunger Games, for example, kept me at that level of suspense for the whole book. However, it does show me that Julia Crane is not a bad writer at all. I just think this book could have gone through more drafts and been something great. But as it is, it's just okay. Still though, this was free. I got it for free on the Kindle store. And it's not that long either. So if you're at all curious about this book, I'd say it's worth trying. I mean, you don't have much to lose. I don't think I'm going to read the other 2 books in the trilogy. It didn't hook me enough to get that, and I see where they might go the way this book ended, but it didn't end on enough of a cliffhanger or enough of an interesting transition to make me want to read them. But this book, as it is, I enjoyed it enough, and you might as well see for yourself. Again, because it's free, and it's not that long. That's all I've got to say about Freak of Nature by Julia Crane. Bye! Also, you might have noticed the change in scenery. I am home on summer vacation from college, so now I'm in my house, not my dorm room. And because it's summer, and because I have more time to read and more time alone to record videos, hopefully you can be expecting more of them. I have a few books in mind that I plan to read and review. I might do some tags here and there. I don't have like concrete plans for that, but it might happen. And that summer biannual bibliothon thing is happening. I'm debating whether or not I want to participate. I think I probably will do some of it, but I don't know how much I can commit myself to it because I'm also in a musical, Rocky Horror Show, at a community theater this summer, and I might be getting a job, so I don't know how much time I'm going to have or how much I can commit myself to that, but that's something I am looking forward to, and you can expect a quicker rate of me uploading videos this summer, hopefully. So, thanks for watching!